What's up, guys? It's Austin. Thank you so much for joining us online today. I know we're not in person at Bearden High School. If you went and tried to go to Bearden High School and now you're joining us online, I apologize, but we did make it pretty clear. So we're glad that you're joining us online now. We're so excited to be back in person next Sunday, January the 7th, and it's going to be a great weekend to kick off the brand new season, the brand new semester as we're getting ready to move into 2024. It's going to be incredible. So start your year with us on January the 7th in person, Bearden High School, 9 and 10:45. Now, before we get into the content today, which we got some really cool stuff planned, we got some bloopers, we got all kinds of stuff that is planned from the last 52 weeks, and I'm super excited for you to see that. But before we get there, I just want to say thank you so much for the way that you have participated and engaged at Heart and Soul in 2023. It's been incredible to see what God has done over the last year. We've seen more people give their life to Jesus than ever before, more baptisms than ever before, more people engaging in small groups, what we call parties, than ever before. In fact, if you were saved or baptized or you joined a party or you were in a party in 2023, go ahead and drop that down in the chat because that's worth celebrating. And one of our values is we are a party, and we always want to be celebrating what God is doing in the house. In fact, my son gave his life to Jesus and got baptized this year, and you've heard me talk about that far too much, but if you're going to be around much longer, I'm going to continue to talk about it. It's incredible, and we're super excited about it. Now, before we get into the content today, again, I just want to say thank you for the way that you've engaged with us. Also, I want to say thank you for your generosity. It has been incredible to see how God has used your generosity. We've been able to connect with partners across our city. We've been able to give away more money this year, finances, like dollar bills. Give away more money than ever before. Excuse me, I just burped. But we're not starting over, okay? More money than ever before, and it's because of your generosity to organizations like CARM, to individuals that have been in need. As many of you know, I mean, the economy has been up and down, right? And so a lot of people within our church have been in need, and because of your generosity, we've been able to take care of people. And we are so grateful for that. We had more finances given in 2023 than ever before. And we are believing, including with the legacy offering from December the 3rd, we are believing that that is setting us up for soon. We've been saying one day, someday, but we believe soon to be able to jump on a permanent facility. And we're super pumped about that. And we just want to say thank you. It's because of your generosity we're able to do that. And then last but not least, we talked about this in December, but our big idea for 2024 is we want to be a church that is for the one. For the one. You're going to hear us talk about that a lot in 2024, including on January the 7th. And we've got this really cool creative element that's going to go in the foyer on January the 7th. You do not want to miss the 7th. Be there in person, because this doesn't happen online. You're going to have to be in person in the building, Bearden High School, 9 and 10:45 on January the 7th, because we are going all in to be a church that is for the one that is without hope, without Jesus, that is lost and is lonely. We want to be a church that is for that person. And so the question we asked you to ask yourself is simply this: who is your one? Who's your one? Who's your one in 2024 to reach? Who do you know that doesn't know Jesus, that if you aren't used by God to reach them, they may never come to know Jesus? Every single one of us has somebody in our life that should be our one. We're inviting you to join us, to pick someone, to pray for them, to invest in them, to love them, to invite them to Heart and Soul in 2024, and continue to invite and re-invite them until they start to come to church and God starts to move in their life, and ultimately they give their life to Jesus and they're able to get discipled and grown up and developed into all that God has for them, until they are able to find their place and their people and their purpose, just like maybe you have. So we want to invite you, January 7th, be back in person, Bearden High School. We're kicking off the year strong. You do not want to miss it. We are going to be a church for the one. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I can't wait for you to see some of the highlights of the last year. And man, it's going to be good. I'm going to throw it over to the guys. See you guys.
Well, I've really just loved a whole lot of the illustrations that Pastor Austin's been doing this year. He did that baking a cake, which was crazy. He also did that chemistry experiment that almost flooded beer, which was crazy. But I think my favorite was definitely the latter one, where he was doing the splits and everybody thought he was about to jump to his early demise.
As many of us, we get up on a ladder like this and we give our life to Jesus and we say yes to Jesus and we do all the things and it's awesome and we raised our hand and, we walked an aisle. Maybe if you were Baptist, let's go. Or, you got passed out if you were Pentecostal, hello somebody. And you fill in the blank, but you did the thing, okay? And you believe in Jesus and you love Jesus and Jesus radically changed your life. Congratulations. That's awesome. Jesus is amazing, okay? But here's what many of us do, is we say yes to Jesus, but we never say no to us. man, you know what? I'm going to start studying the Bible. Amen. But I'm not giving up that. I'm going to start raising my hand in worship. Praise God, but not giving up that. Can I go again? And so then we say, you know what? Willard did not set up this ladder well. We get to a point, to be honest with you, I've done this in my life. I want a little bit of what the world can offer, and I want a lot of bit of what God can offer. I want both and. But there comes a point where you have to decide. And what so many of us do, can I just be honest with you? Because I've been there before. So many of us, we get to a point where we're not growing in our faith anymore because we literally can't take another step. And if I take another step, my pants are going to rip. More of us than not are living in the messy middle where we've yet to decide. So the reality is that you could live like this the rest of your life. You could do it. I'm going to tell you right now, I am uncomfortable. And what we want to do is I want to help you. I want to help you as much as I can. I want to help me to decide to follow Jesus every single day.
One of my favorite things this year from Heart and Soul is just hearing all the stories from all the life change, the breakthroughs, people getting closer to Christ, and seeing families come because other people invited, and then because they invited, other people are coming, and there's life change in their lives. Man, so many great things happening at Heart and Soul.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sammy.
I'm Kermaya.
I'm Scott Blanton, and this is my Heart and Soul story. So I lived a life that wasn't perfect, that wasn't right. My wife at the time met Austin at work, and he invited her to church, and so she brought me, and I just loved it.
So we were in the Scooters drive-thru, and it was funny, the week prior we had gone through and Nathan Woody had taken our order, and at that point we were kind of just saying yes to anything. There was really no one behind us, so we got to chatting, and he asked us if we had a church yet, and we did not at that point, so we said no. And so he invited us to church, and we said yes. And then he was like, you guys are married, do you want to come to our married party? And we were like, yeah, for sure.
We were super open to saying yes to everything. And I think without that, we wouldn't have been able to meet Jacob and Kaylee, and from there meet like all of our friends, and then met Caroline and Tyler.
First party that I joined, it was Madeline's, and I didn't know anybody at the time. I think the only person that I knew was her and Lindsay. So when I joined, that's when I met Lindy, I met Megan, Nicole, and all of them were just so nice, so welcoming. Madeline welcomed me into her home, and I didn't feel out of place at all. It was just like literally, I felt at home, like I knew these girls forever.
At that time, I wasn't living the right life. I wasn't doing the things that I was supposed to be doing. I really was torn between the life that I was living and what I saw at Heart and Soul. What I saw at Heart and Soul was love.
Joining Tyler and Caroline Owens' married party, made really good friends there, and it was just some random, I think Sunday or Wednesday, I was talking to Tyler. I was like, man, I have a buddy who just moved from California. We used to play Frisbee all the time. That would be so fun if we could get that. He was like, oh, I would play Frisbee. I know Pastor Austin plays Frisbee. That first Saturday, I invited my buddy from California. It was so funny that once he got there, it was a lot of the Heart and Soul guys were there. Johnny, Austin, Tyler, some of the other guys as well. But when he got to the field, I was kind of ask him and be like, hey, so some of these guys, we all go to Heart and Soul, would you want to come? And before I could even invite him, he had like 4 invites from all the other people that were playing. And so then I went up and kind of invited him afterwards, and he was like, oh yeah, Johnny invited me, Tyler invited me, Austin invited me, and he actually came the next day, which was really cool.
Me, Lindy, and Cheyenne got baptized the same Sunday. It was around the time that we were all in the same party. We all decided that we were going to do it together. And it was just amazing, and it was so special because I knew that it was something that we all wanted to do. We had all been talking about it.
Heart and Soul is what did that for me. Church has been able to embrace me, love me, support me. There was a time where I thought I was going to lose everything in my home, and everybody at Heart and Soul was here to love me, to support me, to keep me going. You know, you think things go one way and then they go the opposite. But the key is that you have to just keep going forward. You have to keep going forward in those hills and valleys?
Since I've been here at Heart and Soul and, reading more, getting more connected with people, joining parties, I have really learned a lot. Before, I feel like I had a lot of anger, and the more that I was around people that I know had the best interest in me, when things that would make me blow up, I just closed my eyes, I prayed, and it just was like way smoother.
I think it's just created such a great community where we're in each other's lives and we know what's going on, and we can like pray for each other, uplift each other, and challenge each other. We were in that place where we knew nobody. I mean, Woody had invited us, so we knew some person that we were going to go and say hi to.
Yeah, we barely knew one
barely
person.
Knew.
Yeah.
But now when we have new people come into our party, or if we see a new person at church, I think we think back to where we were when we first began, and remembering how loved we felt. And I think like God has placed that on both of our hearts to do that for people that are new, because I don't think there's a better feeling than feeling like you're welcomed and loved.
Get involved in your community of church, and that's here at church. That's get with me, get with one of the guys, get with if it's a girl, get with some of the ladies, talk. Community is key, because it's one part to say, hey, I screwed up, hey Lord, please forgive me, and then if you stay silent and just walk away, you're not going to grow. But if you get into a party, you get involved in your church, you go when we have community service, you do all of those things, guess what's going to happen? You're going to grow. And when you grow, you're going to heal. And when you heal, you're going to be so much better than where you were. I'm Scott Bland.
I'm Carmaya.
I'm Sammy.
I'm Nathan.
And that was our Heart and Soul story.
There's been a lot of great parts, but I think, one, watching Austin's bloopers on stage, that's always one of my highlights.
And if you farted, and if you farted, and if you farted, started falling, did I say farted? Had a lot of crooks try to steal your heart, never really had love. Had a love. Okay, all right.
When I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move. You just walk through in all of my when I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move. You just walk through in all of my when I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move. You just walk through in all of my when I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move. You just walk through in all of my when I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move.
Next up, we have Christopher Stone, dedicated by Barrett and Courtney Stone. He is not being donated. He is being dedicated today, folks. Let's give it up for the Stones.
I've loved all of our events this year, from our celebration of our birthday to Family Fun Day, but my favorite has probably been the Hardee's this year.
Oh gosh, there's so much that I've loved, but I've really loved getting to see people get baptized and start a new life with Jesus.
Running through the strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine. Hit me with them good vibes, pictures on my phone lights, everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine. Crazy lately, I'm confirming, trying to rob myself of something. You just trying to get a word, and life is not fair. I've been working on my tunnel vision, trying to get a new prescription, taking swings and even missing, but I don't care. I'm dancing more, just a little bit, breathing more, just a little bit, care a little less, just a little bit, like life is woo. I'm making more, just a little bit, spin a little more, take a bit of it, smile a little more, and I'm into it. I've been running through this strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine. Hit me with them good vibes, pictures on my phone light, everything is so fine. Little bit of sunshine. A little bit of sunshine. I don't really know any other way to say this. Can't slow down, trying to keep up with the changes. Punch that number and the name when I clock in. Now I feel like Michael with the cane when I walk in. Basically, life is the same thing, unless you don't want the same thing. Probably should've won it, got a feature, but I didn't. I've been saving up the money, cause it's better for the business. I've been running through the strange life, chasing all them green lights, throwing up the shade for a little bit of sunshine.
What good is the gospel if it's not shared? And really, what good is the gospel if it is shared but not seen?
A little bit of sunshine.
Hey, if you want to practice generosity today, we want to say thank you so much for the way that you give here at Heart and Soul. And you can practice generosity right from your browser window, wherever you're watching this from, right from the Heart and Soul app, on Venmo. You can give at heartandsoul.church. That's our website. And it's very clear there how to give. Thank you so much for your generosity. If you're wanting to give a tax-deductible gift for the year 2023, that has to happen on December the 31st by midnight, okay? There's no go-e back. Okay, so you need to give it today if you want to give for 2023 for tax purposes, and you'll be getting a tax statement here in the next month or so. We're so grateful for you. Thank you, and we will see you next Sunday, Bearden High School, 9, 10:45.